Hey there, Ryan Reynolds here. It's a new year, and you know what that means. No, not the diet. Resolutions. A way for us all to try and do a little bit better than we did last year. And my resolution, unlike big wireless, is to not be a raging and raise the price of wireless on you every chance I get. Give it a try at mintmobile.com/switch.
$45 upfront payment required, equivalent to $15 per month. New customers on first 3-month plan only. Taxes and fees extra. Speed slower above 40 gigabytes on unlimited. See mintmobile.com for details.
All right, so let's do this, man, because we got the NBA here. In the NBA, so as you know, the ratings in the NBA have been on a steady decline for some time now. Now, in the NBA, fans have been speculating what's going on, why nobody want to watch the NBA no more. What's wrong with the game? Is the players at fault for this? What's happening in the NBA where nobody's watching the games anymore and fans are not clicking in to see these star players play every single night? So I'm going to tell you exactly what's going on. And I don't know if this is the exact reason of why the NBA ratings are down, but here's what I really think is the case. The reason number one why the ratings are down in the NBA is because everybody is playing the exact same brand of basketball. You look at the Minnesota Timberwolves, the Phoenix Suns, the Washington Wizards, the Charlotte Hornets. You look at any team in the NBA, everybody is jacking up 30-something threes a game, and it's just not fun to watch a team jack up threes the entire game. I think this is also a reason why we see so many blowouts in the NBA. That's another reason why ratings are probably down, because it's a blowout every other night in the NBA when you're expecting to watch good basketball. When teams are shooting 30-plus threes in every single game that's on the floor, one, it's not entertaining. Two, if a team gets hot, they're up 40 points in the first quarter. If a team is broke and they're missing shots, they're down 30 points in the first quarter. It's not cool. So because everybody's just shooting threes, the game is no longer unique to each team. Like, you look at different eras of the NBA. For example, my favorite era, early 2000s all the way up until like mid 2010s. One of my favorite eras of basketball. I think it was one of the most talented. There was still defense in the game, and teams played different brands of basketball. We've seen the Warriors become probably the most popular run and gun team, but if you were the Detroit Pistons, like I was a fan of the Detroit Pistons, you knew that wasn't y'all style. Y'all style wasn't to shoot a bunch of threes in the game. Your style was to play defense, get the ball in the paint, get easy buckets. And if you played a team like the Golden State Warriors, you knew, hey, these boys like to run. They like to shoot. Now it's everybody likes to shoot, and that's all we're watching in the NBA is just three-point shot after three-point shot after three-point shot after three-point shot. And the game in the NBA right now, it's become such a live and die by the three ball type of game. Like, it's causing blowouts every single night. And it's like players not playing defense because they down 30 at halftime. And it's not fun. It's not fun. It's hard to have a league that's entertaining when it's a blowout every single game. And here's the resolution, though. This is where I think the NBA could really, shake things up and stir some things up and get viewers to really tune into the NBA again and watch what a lot of people think is the most talented era of basketball. You got guys who can do everything. You got 7-footers who can shoot threes and all of this skill. You got so much skill in the NBA right now, but yet nobody wants to watch it. Here's what you got to do. One, I think you need to allow hand checking again. First, you got to fix the defense. Allow people to hand check. Allow people to play defense. Allow defenders who can't guard guards or people 1 through 5 to put a hand on a defender and hand check. Yes, some people may say, oh, well, they're not good defenders if you can't guard people without hand checking. Well, yeah, look at the defense that we're watching now. Nobody's a good defender. You got 1 or 2 players in the league in the past 7 years who were considered a good defender. But now nobody's a good defender because nobody's giving effort. Defense is an effort-based thing. If you allow guys to just put a hand on a hip or just hand on an arm, hand check, whatever, it's going to make it more difficult to score. Therefore, guys are going to have to be more strategic and teams are going to have to be more strategic about how they're going to score the basketball. There'll be no more just run up court, shoot a three, and then, hey, that's it. No, you're going to have to actually run a play and try and get an easy bucket, and then it's actually going to be difficult because guys are playing basketball and they're playing defense to stop you to get a bucket. Any of those pick switches where you're trying to isolate a big, no. None of that stuff gonna be as easy no more because they can keep a hand on you. Allow the hand checking and quit being so damn soft and allow teams to actually play defense. I think when you allow the league to play defense again, then the games are gonna become more intense. You're gonna see guys get frustrated. You're gonna see guys find more complex ways to score the ball. Because think of this, when is the last time you actually watched multiple players in the league use scoring moves? I think back then, the Paul Pierce, Carmelo Anthony, Kobe Bryant, Michael Jordan, even Allen Iverson, just like some of the most elite scorers. Kevin Durant, when his early ages was there in the league. Like you think of all these elite scorers, Melo, KD, Kobe, all of these guys. They had legitimate moves. Even Paul Pierce, legitimate moves on the offensive end that they needed in order to score the ball. Now, guys are just running behind picks and just letting it fly. Or if they run to the cup, throw the ball up and it's a foul because somebody touched them. Like, I think that's, at least for me, that's why I've kind of lost a little bit of interest in the NBA compared to other sports like the NFL, because it's just not, we're not seeing defense, bro. If you're someone who watched all these different eras of basketball in the NBA, you can clearly see this. You can understand why ratings are down right now, because the games aren't intense, blowouts. People aren't playing defense at all. If you come from that era of you were watching early Pistons, or you was watching even as early as or even as late as the 2016 Warriors and the Cleveland Cavaliers, like you seen defense being played in the NBA. So you understand, like, okay, I know what an intense game of basketball looks like. I know what teams actually run in plays to get open and get the ball inside and play outside. You actually know what all of that stuff looks like. And most of all, you know what guys utilizing moves looks like. Like you remember seeing a Chris Bosh actually do some post moves. Kevin Love doing some post moves. LeBron down low doing some post moves. Carmelo Anthony, Kobe Bryant. You remember seeing guys actually utilize moves down low in the paint. But now there's no incentive for that because it's really not necessary when you got people just shooting threes every game. And that's how you win your games? It's lame. It's lame, bro. It's not fun to watch. And I'm going to still watch it, of course, but I'm just saying, we trying to figure out why the ratings are down. I think that's exactly why the ratings are down, because the games aren't intense. Nobody cares. If you don't care on the court, or if you look like you don't care on the court, why the hell would fans start caring what's going down on the court either if they're watching the game? They're not going to care at all. So it's like I don't know, man. I think that's where it starts of fixing it. Is you got to fix the defense first before you allow anything else in the NBA. And then stop calling these soft fouls, bro. Let guys hoop. Back then, at one point in the NBA, there was maybe 3 or 4 guys in the entire league who got unfair whistles. Maybe 3 or 4 in the entire league who got the unfair whistles and the soft calls every time they go to the cup. Now there's one of those guys on every single team, and it's just stopping the game, and it's no, bro. Don't nobody want to watch that. Don't nobody want to watch people shoot free throws all game. We trying to watch people actually score and play intense, full basketball games. And until we get that as viewers, I think that's, as long as we gonna see the ratings continue to plummet. Until we see guys actually playing intense, full basketball games, then that's when we'll see the ratings kind of shoot back up and people actually care for the NBA again. But right now, man, nah, it's become lame, bro. It's become lame. I don't know any other way to explain it, but I'm a huge basketball fan, so I'm always gonna watch basketball. But I really believe just because teams are playing the same exact way, the same exact brand of basketball, from first seed to 30th team ranked in the scoring, everybody's shooting 30 plus threes in a game. I think that's why it's so boring to watch in the NBA now. And I think that's why viewership has plummeted. And also because there's no defense. There's no defense at all. And it's no intensity. Like, allow guys to hand check. Stop calling all the soft calls for every single player on every team every time they go to the cup. Like, you got to make the game more intense, and you got to make people want to care. And if guys on the floor look like they don't care, then viewers are not going to care about the game at all until we see the finals. when it shows that, okay, everybody obviously cares of what's going on. So I don't know, man. That's my theory on it. That's my thought on it. I'm gonna watch the NBA. I'm just an NBA fan. I've loved basketball. I've always loved it, but I think that's where they went wrong. So I'm gonna leave y'all with this, man, on a positive note. And then the positive note I have for y'all is just this, man. Man, I'm struggling still. When you lack patience, you become petty. So find a way to make sure you can be patient. Whether it's with yourself, with other people, whatever the case is. When you lack patience, you become petty. So if you're trying to accomplish something and you're trying to get to your goals and you're impatient about that, sometimes you become petty. You might want to take a different route. Sometimes you might want to try and cheat the grind, whatever the case is. So I'm gonna just say that, man. Find some patience to make sure you rejuvenate, because the last thing you want to do is miss what's meant for you because you were being impatient in your process. So I'm gonna leave it at that. Accept it however you want to accept it. But other than that, man, finally glad to be back. Boy, I was down bad from the fucking flu. Oh, man. I'm still struggling a little bit, but good enough to actually get on the pod. So, man, thank God for that. But, yeah, man, we'll be back later on next week. I'm going to enjoy some football. College is going on right now, so I'm going to cut this game on with Notre Dame and see what's going on. But other than that, I'll see y'all later on next week. And so on and so on and so on.